very good afternoon to you, Ashish sir.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much, audience.
The first question that comes to mind is India now globally competitive when we talk about talent acquisition in various domain fields, especially IT, which you in some form represent very closely?
I would first like that entire IT in global sense stands on India Foundation. Our talent is going across globally, and then they are building up the castles of success in IT domain. In India as a particular, the domains and the processes, the talent, I think we are definitely a market leader. There is no doubt about it. The kind of education which we give, the kind of organization which we have, in fact, where currently all of the other countries are going under recession, we are facing zero recession. And in terms of the companies which I have worked with various industries in past, the kind of the process which followed and the kind of ATS which we used as a simple phenomenon to use in talent acquisition is all at an MNC culture. So it depends upon, in India, if I have to answer this question, is which organization are you based out at? If it is an Indian MNC or a global MNC, definitely the processes are of a global stand. And even in startups in India, they are trying to adopt the best practices so that they can reach at that level, because the talent market is same. And if you have to attract the talent, the processes has to be of same level standard. So,
Over to you.
Hello sir, my name is Deepika Iyer. First of all, welcome to PIBM. My first question to you is, what is your experience of Pioneer Convergence, and what do you think that these interactive corporate events are important in B schools?
I have been, part of them for over a decade now, in fact, with many other leading institutes. I believe most important thing which it gives the relationship management. If I have to divide into three important takeaways of this events which happens between academia and the industry, it builds relationship.
Yes.
The affinity, closeness of an HR leader or any of the department leader towards the students brings them closer. They can see them and they can talk to them, they can get their doubts cleared. I think this is the first thing. And also build up the relationship for future lot of transactions. The second thing which gives is the interface, where HR leader or any of the department leader comes and knows that institute, sees them. If somebody would have told me this is my first time I'm coming to PIBM, and somebody would have told me that have you heard about PIBM, I would have given a very narrow answer without having an experience. So as an HR leader, when I come forward to an institute, I have feedback which I take away, which I spread it across, socially, and which gives a leverage to an institution. The third important thing is the faculty and the HR connect, or the department head connect, is what they are trying to do. Are they doing the right kind of practices which will help the students or not? That kind of qualitative discussions is very important, which is not possible until unless we all come closer. So I think the notion of earlier that we want to blow a trumpet and get the campus and call all of these leaders to show, I think that has withered away. We have all come at the matured sense, and I think everybody of them who come are trying to outlook on these three parameters.
Yes, thank you sir.
So the future, sir, of India is its people, is its student community. The future of India is also upskilling. Now, colleges like PIBM are talking about skill university. How effective is that going to be in the IT world that you are part of today?
When you talk about future of India, I don't want to snatch the job of a prime minister. So, giving my ideas on that. But I believe upskilling is not one way now. So I think upskilling also comes with two other adjectives, which is reskilling and also unlearning, relearning and relearning. I think all these are part of same gamut now. As an individual, what you want to do in your career, you will take that course of action. Colleges or institutions or universities or faculties or HR leaders or companies can only act as enablers. We can't do much. If somebody wants to become a data scientist, he needs to do a data scientist course. If we don't have it, there are other finishing schools who you can do a paid model and do it. I think in specifically IT industry, what I have understood over a year now is your course of career success will depend upon how much effort and what kind of skills are you trying to develop and achieve, and that is not dependent upon anybody. If given an example, you are an Android developer and you have learned Kotlin as a language which is required for that, and you want to shift and you become a full stack, are you developing yourself into an AWS? Are you developing yourself into Swift? Are you knowing a lot of other languages? If you do not contribute towards your career, then I don't think anybody's contribution will help. So I think individual aspiration holds this bigger weightage to this.
So at PIBM, we are having holistic development, and our students are prepared for the soft skills like leadership skills, communication skills, and analytical skills as well. So what, according to you, are the top 3 or 5 skills that you're looking for in the corporate students in the hiring process?
Honestly, if you ask me, I will answer this question not from a professional approach, but more from a humanity approach.
Yes.
The first thing is, I believe every student needs to develop human relationship management skills.
Right.
Do we look at people as commodities or enablers or need-based relationships? That is fine. Second is, how is our outlook towards the society, about the people, about the colleagues, about our fellow students, about faculties, about nation as a whole? Are we having that positive outlook, or we are trying to just nurture it and saying that nothing is there in this world? The third important is the intent. And the fourth most important is, developing your competency, which we spoke about earlier, also upskilling. Because world is becoming redundant very quickly nowadays. Nowadays, we used to say a decade where the generation gets. The generation revamping has started happening in 5 years. If you talk to a 5 years junior, you will completely find yourself obsolete end of the day. So I think that is most important, where you hold the Indian values, the values of humanity, the values of the right spirit. Because one thing which we all need to realize is, we are a perishable commodity. We have to wither away. We come with an expiry tag, and unfortunately we don't know when is that expiry tag.
Right.
COVID has made us realize that how difficult life is. We have lost so many of our loved ones. My last message to all the students, even to our entire community, is please contribute towards your development and society's development whatever you can, because you will be remembered for your contributions, not what you achieved individually.
Yes.
And I think the biggest aspect of a human life is to contribute for the success of others. So I think that is most important.
Thank you so much, sir.
So I think the takeaway is, contribute to the success of others. Be successful as you go along, touch other people's lives, and at the end of it all, upskill. Because the future is in your hands as students. The more you learn, the more you will grow.